I've muted the Zoom and I'm test on my mic.
Okay, good. Another test.
Test.
One more time.
Test.
Try that one more time.
Test.
Okay, good.
Test.
Hold on. And one more.
Test.
Hey, Greg, can you give us a test? Audio test?
For sure. Hey, Matt. Hey, guys. How's everything sound?
All right, we got it fixed.
pick a camera we're going to.
All right, here we are.
All right, you guys, two is on the left.
All right.
We now have a director from behind. He's telling us which ones to look at. we're just looking down there.
Man,
All
we got a
right,
huge
my
damn
gosh,
show
you
tonight.
guys, it is packed. We've got so much shoved into 90 minutes. It's going to be spilling out everywhere. Super excited that you're all here. This is a phenomenal. We're only 2 Tuesdays left.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna
and
get kinda
we're making it
teary-eyed
count
for this year.
We're making it
Yeah,
count.
we are. Ready to start 21, right? We're going to talk big events, one of our favorite topics for obvious reasons. We love big events. Big events are where the biggest decisions are made, where people change their lives attending a big event.
Yep.
So we're going to do a bunch of RVP plus twos, well, a couple.
Yep.
Great RVPs that you haven't heard from before. Of course-
SVPs +2, NSDs. We've got.
Oh, we got all kinds of every level showing
Yeah,
up tonight,
yeah.
kids. So we're doing the rally. This is like a warm up now, moving into January. We've been kind of just doing the practice.
Yep.
Now this is the total push hard, but have that attendance show up come January where we're doing the supersized rally.
Oh yeah.
Right? Hot 2's coming up, so you're going to need your pencils and papers, take a bunch of notes. We're turning up the heat for 2021. Get ready. We are bringing all the stuff we have to that. And Matt, he's been tinkering in the background, and he took everything we did in 2020 and wrapped it up into 10 minutes that we get
Nice
to
little bow
watch,
for
right?
everybody.
It was a crazy year.
Yep.
So, we're on camera 1. Now he's got like little signs. It's awesome. We're on 1 now. So, that's that one.
This one?
That one.
Okay.
That's the one. All right. Yeah.
There's no lights.
There are no
What
lights.
kind
We
of
have to
2-bit
guess.
operation is this, Matt?
Get up off my back.
All right.
All right. You're up.
Okay, so we got the social media rocking like we always do. So if you want to appear on a social media wall, use our hashtag SNSD Factory.
Oh.
And you can use that on Twitter or Instagram. I don't make the rules. There are hashtags on Facebook, but they don't show up on the social media wall. You have to mention us at Let's Get Big or Go Home. And if you text 404
Your favorite way.
465 1830. It's not my favorite way. It's the manual
it's his
way.
favorite way.
But it takes us a minute. We'll manually upload it. So if you're like Andy, or you don't have social media, and the posts have to be public, right? So if you're sending us something with the hashtag and the YouTube comments, we love it. But it's not going to go show up on the wall. Emails, any direct messages are not going to show up there. Got to be a public post. Got to use the mention on Facebook. Got to use the hashtag on Twitter or Instagram. And you can show up on the wall. You want to cut to the wall, Matt?
You have lots of rules.
I don't make the rules. I said I don't make the rules, Darla. All right, and this is it, right? So you want to show up here, you want to
Look at
recognize
this,
your teammates.
Gus.
You can look at this at getbigorgohome.com. There's a little tab on there for the social feed. You can watch this at any time. Obviously, we cut to it during the shows, but that's where you can see everything. We got Joe Red's Keystone Water Drinking Seminar.
Hey, you know what? We're carrying that little puppy over.
Yeah, no, that's going on all the way. We're making sure that happens in April because a lot of people are wanting to sign up for that special workshop. And all right, so we've also got the promotions. Sorry, y'all cut to
Okay,
that graphic.
all right.
This is you
Let's
now.
let's talk about promotion. We have so much crammed into that. I want everybody to be putting their promotions out. You should have a new form, which will be awesome, where you can enter more than one at a time,
Okay.
which is great. But we're going to hold them and we're going to announce them all next week.
Okay.
There's so much stuff packed into this week. I
It's
think
too
we
much,
should
man.
hold.
We're going to go over
so
anyway.
Awesome.
We're going to go over tonight. So settle in. Make sure your people know. Might be a little over, but it's going to be.
It's going to be worth it.
It's crazy
Worth
the amount of
it.
people we're going to have on tonight. It's going to be
All right.
better than Monday Morning TV. Did I say
Oh, yes. Way better.
that? All right. So.
I can say that.
Okay, you can say that, yeah.
I know.
She worked there.
Where are we at?
Rally.
Oh, kick it off.
All right, we're starting the rally now. So you know what that means. If you're an RVP and you're watching, I want you to report in how many people from your base shop. The way you do that is you text us at 404-465-1830. Save that number in your phone. Make sure your leaders and your teammates have that number saved in the phone. For the moment, all we want to do is we want to hear from the RVPs. And the way this works is you send us a text, tell us who you are, and how many people you got watching. You can see an example there, RVP Andy Young with 999 people watching. Now you can text that to 404-465-1830 whenever you want. You get an update from your teammates. Somebody else comes in from work, take a little bit of time getting through traffic. Now they're home. They check in. You need to add another 0 to the end of the number that you're reporting. Just send us another text. We'll count it. But at the end, we're going to pick the top teams and figure out who's really going to be showing up and have each individual person report in. But for right now, RVPs only.
Bring them on. Bring them on. Okay. Last week's winner.
Oh, yeah.
Number 11 for Belda Rubio.
The champ
Talk
is
about
here.
when she started. She's going to be here in a few minutes and join us a little bit tonight, along with later on Walter Charles, who's chomping at her heels.
Yep.
He's not going to let her just walk away with
Former
that.
record holder.
Right? Yep.
Current record holder.
It's going to be awesome.
Separated by like a dozen people at this point.
Yes, not long at all.
Yep.
Yep. So, or not long, not very many people at all, right? So we talked and launched last week, or showed you a contest that was running on Art Williams Best, right? The little RVP contest going on over there. I think Matt's got a couple of slides. The RVP subscription contest, it started last Tuesday. It runs through January 15th. Next slide. The first place person, which currently is SNSD Sam Shepard.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, right?
Super.
He's the first one right now.
Superstars, man.
So the first place winner gets a 20-minute Zoom call with none other than the man himself, Art Williams. But wait, Matt said he didn't think that was fun enough, so he did an hour.
I knew Art couldn't talk for 20 minutes anyway.
This is a true statement. So it's now an hour. The RVP with the most subscriptions will get 1 hour of Art's time on Zoom. So let's have at it, kids, right?
Priceless.
It is
What is
priceless.
it worth? It's priceless. How are you going to get that?
I don't know. You probably didn't. Did this video just come out Tuesday, the next one we're going to run?
This is a exclusive for elite members that Get Bigger Go Home gets a chance at.
Okay. This is only on the Elite subscription site, the Art Williams video we're about to show you. You guys get to see it because you're plugged in on Tuesday, right? So this is just a little teaser for what else is out there. But this one was hysterical. This is just something light and kind of fun. Something to kind of wrap up the holiday season. All right, so Matt, whenever you're ready.
This killer video is going to turn into something that's going to be a shocker to them, I'll tell you that.
I don't believe in peacefully coexisting with a communist. You probably get screwed and tattooed, right?
I'm gonna take you out and buy your lunch. I know how cheap you are. The hell with you. Now, some of you ain't listening to this, folks, and I'm telling you, you're starving to death. I feel sorry for your spouse, okay? Having lived with somebody like you, okay? Listen to this, listen.
Phooey. Hey, you notice how I'm trying to clean up my language? See, I've been listening to a lot of you, been writing me letters. They say phooey. They say, this really is a big deal.
You gotta create an atmosphere of, I don't care how impossible it looks, we're gonna go win.
Folks, I believe the magic is back in A.L. Williams.
I'm gonna get that joker on board, right? And so I'd put his name, I'd look at it every day, man.
We're begging some of those jokers to come sit down with us across the kitchen table, and they ain't got no balls.
First of all, we've got a presentation we wanted to make to you here. It's we actually meant to give you this in Carbondale, and it says, congratulations, there's no doubt, now you've got brass balls.
Not gonna turn my head anymore. I mean, I go out here, I'm an old country boy from South Georgia. I've always been a cheapskate, okay? Boy, a lot of you think total commitment means coming to a meeting like this and parking a block away and fighting the rain to come to the meeting. You think that's a big damn deal, you know?
How about that? Thank you, Joe. I really just modestly, I'm proud of my balls, I have to admit that I've got a pretty tough pair, I don't like that crap. I didn't do that with my former company. Well, I don't care how you feel, okay? This is the way we gonna build it at A.O. Williams. We gonna love on people. We gonna care about people. We're gonna build a family. We're gonna build a dadgum team. Making a sale with A.O. Williams like taking candy from a baby. No, it's like giving candy to a baby, right? Isn't that right?
Balls to the wall mentality. This is unbelievable. You just got to get it on. Don't let the door hit you in the butt.
Ain't that something?
Back to you.
All right, that was so much fun. Can be so fired up, right? That's the intensity that we're looking for as we wrap up 2020 and we're moving into 2021, where we're kicking off an incredible year 2 of the decade of dominance,
yeah.
right? So we're super excited, just something to lighten the mode, right? All right, you guys, here we go. Get started. Get out your pencils, your paper, everything you need. Get your attention fully focused on what's about to happen, right? We're going to start our evening with Belda Rubio. She's going to talk to us about big events.
Hold on, Belda, real quick.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I told you it's going to be better than Monday Morning TV.
Woohoo!
Belda, I need you to talk a little shit before the January school. All right?
Man,
Bring
that
it
is
on.
awesome. Can't wait to go pick it up, show it off next Monday because, hey, we're going to take the belt. Sorry, Walter, you're falling short this time again. I know you're trying, but we don't try, we do, right? So was that enough shit talking, Rob?
Yes.
But guys, I'm super excited because you know what? You're probably asking yourself, like, what can I give the GOAT? What can I give Andy Young for being so amazing this whole year and every single year that he's been amazing, right? Well, all I know is that only thing we could actually go deliver for Andy is deliver big, be winners. He doesn't like losers, right? He wins. And this is a man that over delivers on everything. He doesn't just deliver, guys. So we as Get Big or Go Home family have to over deliver, make sure that we are known as the biggest and the best family there is in Primerica, because it's the big Get Big or Go Home family, right? So let's go out and over deliver. We got a few more days to over deliver, but not just over deliver in December, but actually carry it on over to January, because the next big event is January the 2nd. Let's pack it out, guys. Let's over deliver for our coach, our GOAT, that Andy Young. And, that's all we could actually give him. And I'm sure that he will be more than excited to receive that gift for Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you, Belda. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Bold said so.
That's right.
Okay. All right, next we got up Gus Gonzalez. Gus, are you out there?
Man, I'm listening. I mean, is this the last show of the year, or the second to last?
Second to last.
Got more.
Second to last, man. I love how Art Williams has I love how he sugarcoats crap.
Yeah.
Right? I just love it, man.
He's not Willy Wonka.
Listen, Belda was absolutely right. We need to rally the team. The Get Big or Go Home SNSD Factory, right? We need to dominate the country, not just in recruiting, obviously, but in promotions, in premium, everything that comes with it, right? We need to do that. And no better time to rally the team than now, because we are closing the year. We actually have 2 weeks minus 1 day to close the year. Think about this. This is a crazy month, long ass month, and we still have time to do incredible things. We need to focus on closing strong, and immediately we rally the team for January the 2nd. That's going to be because we need to be ready at attention. Hey, have a New Year's party, because I know all of us need to celebrate that 2020, it's gone, right? I heard somewhere that now 2020 is turning 21 and he's going to begin to drink, or she, I don't know. But I hope that's not the case. But hey, celebrate. And you can take all of January 1st off, just like the movie The Hangover. But on January 2nd, the whole team needs to be on attention, at attention, ready to go we have to let the world know that the SNSD factory, AU, it's ready to rock and roll in 2021. And we cannot wait until the next week. We cannot wait until the first week of the second weekend of 2021. No, we're going to attack it on that first Saturday, right? Even though the year technically is not over. Well, we don't look at those things. We are running, we are winning, and guess what? Andy, who has done so much for all of us. I mean, I can say that for me. I know Belda. I almost called you Glenda, Belda. Think of that. Is that because you're starting to turn into the goat? So I gave you a G. Man, I mean, Belda can testify to this, right? Andy has done so much for all of us. And yes, we were thinking, what can we give Andy for Christmas? What can we give Andy for this season? Well, the only answer is that we need to show the world that the team that he's leading is going to kick some serious ass. That's it. Period. So we're going to turn up the heat like never before in 2021. And that is going to be our gift to Andy because he's watching. Oh, believe me, he is watching, right? And he cares, but we need to show him that we care. This is the time. The moment is now. And I promise you this. If you decide to rally yourself and rally your team during these next 2 weeks, and especially for the second, you will have a head start on most of Primerica for 2021. I promise you. And that is so important here in this business because this is a business of momentum. So I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to rallying with you. I look forward to kicking some major ass in 2021 for Andy Young, the GOAT.
Thank you, Gus. We did decide earlier that we were going to have a PG show, right? We weren't going to say just don't all good words.
Yeah, no, that's not the show.
Thank you. That was awesome. Followed by the great John Lavin. Hey, buddy.
Hey, hello, everybody. Get bigger, go home. Hey. I miss all of you. I can't believe.
I miss you too.
I can't believe how long it's been since we've all been together. Can you imagine when we get back together live, it will have been a year probably. I mean, I don't know exactly, but somewhere around almost a year since we've been together. And boy, has this year been an unbelievable year for so many of you. And I mean, when you look at the success from the leaders that have been working closely with Andy, it's just so darn exciting to see. I know that Andrea is about ready to pop over that million any minute. And man, we got, I saw Chris and Tarsha went over 500,000, and there's diamonds and there's growth. And I just want to encourage all of you, and Gus said it so well, but I really want you all to think about, this whole thing that Andy put together is about you and your family becoming financially independent. And if you went out there and you said, okay, what percentage of the population would like to be financially independent? And what is financial independence? So I went out on I went out on Wikipedia and I looked it up, and here's was the definition. Okay. It said financial independence is the status of having enough income to pay one's living expenses for the rest of one's life without having to be employed or dependent on others. Income earned without having to work a job is commonly referred to as passive income, right? Passive income. And the greatest source of passive income that I know of is people at work and money at work. As a matter of fact, there is only 2 forms of passive income: money at work, assets at work, and people at work. Well, the people at work part happens on January 2nd. The people at work part happens between now and then, and the work that we do to have every single person on our team there. Not only the people on our team, the people that aren't on our team yet, the people that were on our team that aren't. I mean, we've got to rally like crazy to put our people in front of the greatest growth leadership in Primerica that has a single-minded focus on promoting SNSDs, ISNSDs, promoting people to RVPs who promote RVPs. You know, I can promise you this, that financial independence, if that's what you want, and, you know, look, that's what most people want. That's what we sell. Well, I promise you, financial independence is going to happen a whole lot faster for you with an RVP contract than it is with a division contract or a district contract. You need to get zeroed in on RVP. And RVPs, they have the ability to rally a team to an event. And so I challenge all of you right now, as we get together on the 2nd, how many are you going to have there, you know? And how many are going to be there from beginning to end? And how many are going to be there engaged where they've got their team? And how many of you are going to organize yourself now to give it everything you got between now and year end? We've got still plenty of time between now and the end of the year. Your numbers matter. I promise you, you have a chance to put the numbers on the board, to get your promotions done, to get your bonuses done, to have your teammates click over diamonds, for us to be able to recognize you at that amazing event on the 2nd. So let's get registered early. Let's go to our teams and make sure we're doing the same. And I can't wait to see all of you there. I want to wish all of you a happy holiday. But man, Christmas is one day. You might be traveling a little, but in this new Zoom world, man, you could work right up to Christmas. You could work right after Christmas. I mean, we don't need to stop for 1 second, because 2021 is here and we're in it. And I just want to encourage all of you, don't miss the most amazing kickoff to the year that you could ever have. And like Gus said, you're going to have a head start on everybody after that event, because our leadership, the leadership that's aligned here at Get Bigger, Go Home, is unlike any leadership I've ever been involved with. I'm proud to be your teammate. See you all.
Thank you so much. Yay. That was awesome. What a great kickoff to tonight. We're so excited. We're so excited about, well, Christmas, yeah, but right. January 2nd, coming fast and furious. We're going to do some hot twos here real quick. We're going to start with a division leader under Ezell Parker, RVP out of South Carolina. Patricia Sullivan, you got 2-3 minutes. Give us your best.
All right, thank you for having me. Thank you to my regional vice president, my awesome coach, Coach Easy, Ezell Parker II. Thank you, Andy Young and the SNSD Factory, for the opportunity for this moment right now. Well, my name is Patricia Sullivan. I'm 28 years young. I'm from Hartsville, South Carolina. Our organization is based out of Columbia, South Carolina, but I'm glad to be associated with the Columbia office. I'm a single mother, and I came into this looking for another opportunity to do something great with my life. You know, full-time job, working paycheck to paycheck. You know, I said, what is it? I was praying for an opportunity, and Primerica came and blessed my whole life. I was able to move into my first home. I bought a home because of Primerica money, not my job money. So Primerica blessed me with that. I've been able to pay off debt. Hello, talk about a mission statement. And I'm working my way slowly to financial independence. But I'm so blessed to be a part of this awesome organization and this company. Now, I'm here to talk about the power of being in big events, the power of participating in big events. Well, I tell you, I was at the big event in North Carolina, Winston-Salem. I came in a district leader, and I left out of that environment a division leader. So just being in that, I brought along the person who got me to a division leader position, and she came out massive momentum for myself, and single-handedly just crushed the game. In April, that was my biggest month ever, and I'm telling you, it's all because of the environment. It's like going to church. You know, I don't know about y'all, I don't know, but I go to church, right? And so when I'm in church, I feel the spirit. When I leave church, sometimes I get a little distracted, but every time I step my feet into the door, I get excited again. So when I come to Primerica, I'm in church. I feel like I'm listening to so many pastors and ministers. Y'all are preaching to my soul. So it's all about being in the right environment. When you put a seed in the right environment, it either will grow or die. And Primerica is a place where when you put your seed, you plant your seed into this awesome organization, and you really water it with all the nutrients and the sunlight and all of that, you'll blossom into having something that you would have never imagined. But I'm excited. I'm a division leader now, but I guarantee you at the end of this year, I will be an RVP. So mark my words with that. I'm ready to have a prosperous future. And thank you again.
Thank you, Patricia. Well done. Good job. Is that your first time speaking? Excellent job. Next up is a brand new RVP promoted during COVID in Unicoi, if I remember right, is the great Greg Paris from Andrea Burke's Hierarchy. Give us a couple minutes there, Greg, on big events and what it's helped you with.
Hey, good evening, everyone. First I just want to say how humbled I am to be speaking at Get Big or Go Home. This is such a big deal, and to look at whom I'm speaking with, Gus Gonzalez, John Lavin. Are you kidding me? A member of Strength and Honor, and one of my best friends, Olivier Brutus. This is amazing. And just moments, just days away from being part of a hierarchy, going over $1 million with Andrea Burks as her partner, as one of her RVPs. This is such a big deal. And I bring that up because, I come from a hierarchy that all I know about is attendance. All I know is that we're to rally people to the next event. And Patricia just did an unbelievable job. And I feel bad duplicating, but I prepared a little bit for this, because I feel that, just like she said, that, Primerica, I tell my team, Primerica is like church, because Primerica is like church. You got to show up weekly, maybe twice a week. Maybe there's a special meeting like a Bible study or an op meeting or breakfast club, whatever it is. And oftentimes I know if I've ever missed something, hey, did you hear what the pastor said? No, I did not hear. And then it becomes whispered down the lane. And then not only didn't you get it, you get somebody else's watered down version of it. I can't tell you how many important messages I heard directly from the leaders themselves. I don't know that there's such a thing as a big event. I know that every event is literally a big event. I've been moved and inspired at op meetings, and I've been moved and inspired at convention. It's an incredible thing. I'm just so excited to be part of Get Big or Go Home, and part of a hierarchy that all we talk about is, hey, let's rally to the next event. Right? It's not about saying old things to new people, right? It's about saying it's about saying old things to new people. And that's all it is, right? You just want to keep repeating everything. And the only way you get to do that is you got to keep bringing new people. And you want to rally, and you want to treat this like a most serious thing. And finally, I want to close out. This is an unbelievable opportunity. God is a crazy, crazy, crazy being in that today. I was asked to speak so that I could wish my wife happy birthday. So happy birthday, Anna. Thank you guys for the opportunity. Have a great night.
Woohoo! Yay! Thank you, Greg. We have applause.
Oh yeah, sorry. we were kind of scrambling, doing some behind the scenes stuff.
We got caught off guard.
Yep.
All right, up next.
Come on, Walter.
Walter Charles.
Come on, Walter.
Come on, Walter. Come on. I think Rob's got a little something to share with you.
Yeah. You want to come get this now, Walter. Come get this.
Elder Rubio,
look at it shiny,
stop
look at
poking the bear. Okay? Don't poke the bear. It's dangerous to poke the bear. Okay? I'm telling you, we are coming after you. We're not going to let you win. We're not going to let you. We don't go out like that. All right? Let's remember that. Don't poke the bear. It's dangerous to poke the bear. Always dangerous. Okay, but I just want to say good afternoon to everybody. I must thank Darla and Matt and Trish and all those guys over there who work tirelessly to make these events great. And we talk about a big event, but I also want to talk about every Tuesday is like a big event for us. Where do you know? Or where in Primerica, where every Tuesday you can come on board here and you can learn and you can build your team. And with Andy putting some of the best people in front of us. But then I also have to remember that all my success came in big event environments, big events environment. I remember start plugging in to Get Big and Go Home, I think was maybe 8 or 9 years now. And all my RVPs that I got through there, my second diamond, my third diamond, ownership, everything came from plugging into big events. So what I have to tell people, if your 2020 was not as successful as you expected, and when you see people exploding all over the company and yours was not as you expected, why wait? Why not rally everybody you could to the January the 2nd, 2021 meeting? That is something that is put there for people who want to win and who want to go fast. There's no need to hesitate. Gus said it right. Christmas is just one day. We still have to build our business. We still have to take advantage of the opportunity that we have. I've been so blessed, right, to be able to, I got invited to all the live events, and I'm always looking forward to coming to one of the live events. I'm always there live, with Andy and with Darla and all those guys when we're doing this event. But I'm telling you, there's nothing better to start your year off on the right foot, right? To make 2021 to be a successful year, you have to have a successful start. And where would you go? Why would you wait until the 7th or the 8th? Why wouldn't you not take it right after the first of the year? Why don't you just spend the next 2 weeks, right? Everybody have a chance. Spend the next 2 weeks working on your goals, working on all, and then come into that environment with your team, rallying everybody, and make 2021 be bigger than 2020. It's totally up to you. Andy has created these environments, and I so appreciate these environments that he has created. And it's a Zoom world, folks. So you need to rally all your friends in all the different states and tell them, hey, come and see what I'm doing. Come, this might be the chance. This might be what you're looking for. Because COVID is not going away right now. So, hey, you come and see. This might be your chance. Take a chance, folks. Rally everybody. Call everybody. Call everybody. No better way to start the event. I'm excited about January the 2nd. I'm looking forward to be there. I want to wish you guys all a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year. But it will be bright and prosperous if you started the right way. And January the 2nd, 2021 is the right way. And Bella, do not poke the bear.
I think Bella's going to have something to say later.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple other people that are here that are, maybe don't play so much on Tuesday nights, but still play at the big events too. So I don't know. There's somebody else might have something to say about it too.
True. All right, you guys, we're going to take a 2-second break right here. We're going to revisit the rally number, Matt. No. Real quick, just a quick reminder.
Yeah, if you're an RVP and we're only wanting to hear from RVPs right now, text us at 404-465-1830. Tell us how many people from your team are watching right now. So when you send that text to us, we've got an example right there. We need to know who you are. Otherwise, we don't know. And then we need to know the number of people you got watching. So send that text to us and make sure you and your people have that phone number, because if you're one of the top teams, everybody in your base shop is going to have to report in at the end to see who really is going to be the champion of the rally tonight. And also, Trish, how many RVPs we got?
We got 61 so far.
61
All right,
RVPs,
you guys,
61 base shops reporting right now.
For sure.
Send in your promotions like we talked about. The promotions form is at getbiggergohome.com. We're not going to go over them tonight. We got too much going on, but make sure you send them in. We'll get those taken care of next week.
We will announce everybody. Love and kissing all of them. All right, next up we have new SVP, new owners this year, Jaron and Peggy King, talking about the event.
Hey, you guys, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I always thank God for the opportunity to speak. I'm excited to be able to speak about attendance, because attendance is everything in our business. If I say the name Don King, right, most people, their immediate picture is kind of hair like Jaron's that goes straight up there with that white stuff, right? But what was Don King? Don King is a promoter. He promotes fights out in Vegas. Well, used to. I don't know if he still do during the pandemic. But Don King's job was to fill seats. He got paid based off of how many seats he had filled. And if you think about it, if you're a leader here in Primerica, that's your job too, is to make sure you have butts in seats. Now, we're in the COVID world, and I realize we're doing a lot of things via Zoom. So you need butts on Zoom, right? Bodies on Zoom. That's how, you move your business. You grow your attendance from event to event, but you have to count how many people do I have at the event. And why is attendance at an event so important? Well, last night we had the awesome April and Rufus Taylor on a conference call for our team. And those superstars, again, reiterated what a big event did to their mindset. April talked about how hearing Keith Otto at, mind you, a Get Big or Go Home event, where he talked about he was saving $150,000 a month She said that was the impetus she needed to just leave her job. She didn't give 2 weeks. She did not stop past go. She just quit because she realized that if this is a place where you can do that, that's a place where I need to be. So that's the power of a big event. Maybe you're going to have an April moment, right? Where you are the one who needs to hear something, and you're going to hear it from being in the audience at a big event. Maybe you have a person on your team that they need to hear something, or they need to see the business in a different light than you've been saying it. Hey, use the big events. What I believe is the people who speak at the big events literally work for me. That's how I feel it. They work for me. And my job is just to make sure I have a lot of people there to hear from them. Because what if they say that one thing that somebody just needs to hear? And shame on me if I don't have my butts in seats, if I don't have my room filled up, if I don't have my Zoom room filled up, if I don't have my attendance high. That's the power of a big event. What did you say, Jared?
Yep, absolutely. And plus, hey, you don't want to, I know everybody can attest to this, has been on here, been to a big event. The regrets that we have that we didn't have more people, more butts in seats, more butts in chairs, or more butts on Zoom. And we don't want this to be one of those events where you're regretting because what you're going to hear and what you're going to experience. And like you said, the story that April told, you got to be she had to be in a event to be able to hear that, to be able to hear a life-changing moment that I think pretty much paid off well by what you are seeing, what's happening in their business. So I don't know about you, man. Let's show, Andy is the king of big. I call him Mr. Biggs. Now, I know that don't sound right, but, you stay with me, everybody. But Mr. Biggs, we need to show Mr. Biggs that we can do it, right? We can play big. We can fill up in the Zoom. We can shoot. Let's break the internet, as they say. I know a lot of you. Let's break the internet. Let's break Zoom, and let's pack out that event, you all.
Great job.
Awesome.
Thank you. Can I just say before we go on to the next couple that, you don't know when the right thing gets said, right? You can't anticipate. You can't figure it out. You don't know what the right thing's going to be. Matt and I together collectively have probably been to...
Maybe it's Tom Brady in a locker room playing against the Falcons. It's like deja vu.
Matt and I have probably been to 1,000 events, but it was number 900 before we went, wait a minute, right? You just don't know.
Yep.
So bring everybody all of the time. Next up, some of my most favorite people, Chris and Tarja Gray.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, you all. We gonna share some time with you real quick. First of all, to God be the glory. We thank God for the opportunity just to talk. I'm gonna talk about closing out the year. Coach Hightower used to always tell us that basically what we're getting now is the results of what we did 90 days ago. Okay. Me and my daughter were picking up basically after church Zoom on Sunday. I clicked on the TV and it was the Baltimore Ravens playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the score and the Jaguars at that time were 1-12. And Chris Gray was like, so is that 12 wins and 1 loss? I was like, no, that's 1 win and 12 losses. She was like, that's bad. There's something called winning streaks and losing streaks. There's something called momentum builders and momentum losers. And what happens is this: we have today is the 21st. All right. There's almost 22nd. There's almost 2 weeks. I think it's 12, 13 days. You 12 days. You pack out Christmas and New Year's Day. But we have almost a second half of a month. Where we can put it's almost like if you had a sucky year, all right, which I don't know why you would, because it's like people in Primerica going freaking crazy this year. But if you had a bad year, man, you can change that momentum in the next 2 weeks. There's so much in stopping bad momentum and creating good momentum. They say momentum is like one of those sexy women. They don't stay around long. You got to keep courting her. You got to keep courting her. You got to take her to dinner. You got to cater to her, because guess what? She'll leave you real quick. There's so much into taking the last 2 weeks of this month, all right, and killing it. Think about this. Perfect timing, January the 2nd, huge event, Get Bigger, Go Home. The next 2 weeks, y'all, guess what? Everybody is not broke, okay? And there's still like 14 million people that are still unemployed. There are 14 million people that they were so glad that they passed the stimulus where people got to get another $600 a year. We're still taking calls. We reinstated a lady's policy today. She's been out of work for the last 7 months. People need an opportunity. The people working retail, they hate it. They don't want to work retail. You all, people still got $124. We had a lady, 23 years old, she paid $124. She wanted to do an investment. And I was like, well, let me ask you. She was like, oh, I want to do an investment. My mom taught me about it. I was like, well, let me ask you this. Wouldn't it be awesome? Because I can set up the account. I said, but I'm going to make money on the account. But wouldn't it be awesome if you could make money on your own account? It's like, how do I do that? I say, why don't we, instead of, because you were going to do like $100, why don't we make the best investment and do $124? And that pays for a life insurance license and an investment license. You all, people are still out there. That's one of the best gifts you can give. You all, people are still out there. People are looking. Andy says all the time, man, you find somebody that had it all. Robbie, all right, had a bunch of money, take that money away from them. It's like air. It's like a vacuum. You all, the next 2 weeks, huge opportunity to make a statement, to either go into 2021. I was telling Tarsha, I just started working out. Tarsha's always worked out, all right? She's like athletic, all right? But guess what? This is my second workout. And I turned 46 in January. And I was like, Tarsha, I said, 46 is not gonna come to me. I'm gonna go to 46. I'm gonna take it to 46. So you all, come on, that's right. So my point is, you all, don't let 2021 just come to you. You go to it. You go to 2021. You go in with a freaking bang. Tarsha?
Awesome job. I mean, you really closed it out. I'll just say a couple of things. I'll tell you this. See, a lot of people may have started ahead of you, and the Bible talks about the first shall be last and the last shall be first. See, those of you that do something now, you'll be first launching into 2021. And in regards to attendance and getting people to big events, listen, you can't be a prophet in your own land. We can't be prophets in our own land. It doesn't matter how good Kristen Tarsha Gray is. It doesn't matter how good Walter Charles is. It doesn't matter how good April Ruth is. What everybody knows is that we need somebody else that they can identify with. We have 5 children. Believe me, they don't listen to everything we say, but somebody else can say the same exact thing, and then it can click. You gotta be okay with you not being the one, but you gotta make sure that you're the one that put your people in front of the one. So with that being said or done, listen, we are in the Andy Young hierarchy. We are a part of the Young hierarchy, and we are here to represent for the Young hierarchy. So if you're on YouTube watching right now and you're going to represent for the Young hierarchy, I need you to type in that chat, I am going to represent. What is your team name? What are you going to claim? What are you going to decree and declare on this night that you're going to step up and do? We have a legacy of greatness. And we have to be the matriarchs and the patriarchs, because Andy Young was that trailblazer for each and every one of us. So prayerfully this message touch somebody's heart, and let's go see it in the numbers. Thanks, Darla.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody.
Oh, bring it. Come on. Gosh, I've missed everybody.
Let's say a little prayer for whichever their 5 kids don't listen to Tarsha.
No doubt, right? That was awesome. Thank you. Let's have a quick reminder. Trish just reminded me. I don't think we've been saying this enough.
Yeah.
It's a free event.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to pay. Not like when we used to go to Winston-Salem. You had to get a hotel room. If you were lucky enough to get nearby, that was awesome. If not, you had to bring a bus right. We don't have to do that. Plug in.
Yep.
Plug in. Andy's going to bring only the very best for us.
Yep.
Very awesome. Next up is our first RVP plus 2, Izal Parker out of South Carolina, and 2 of his regional leaders. We're so excited.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Darla and the Night Glass team for allowing us to be on, man, and also Andy Young and Get Big Go Home, my head coach. We are super excited about this opportunity, you all. I don't know if y'all been listening to be listening, but this event is phenomenal, y'all. So listen, man, we're going to talk about the power of big events. I'm going to turn it over to my first regional leader. This guy will be a regional vice president in the first quarter of 2021. This guy, during the pandemic, you all, averaged double-digit recruiting. He averaged double-digit people to the events, and he got his series, his SIE, his Series 6, his 63, and his 26 in a 30-day period. I'm super excited for this guy, man. We're going to turn it over to the fabulous, phenomenal Sean Kawan Mary. Y'all can give it up for Sean.
Hey, thank you, Coach. Thank you. Hey, hello, everyone. I first want to thank everybody, the Get Big, Go Home crew, for allowing our hierarchy the opportunity to speak on, like Coach said, this awesome program. Also want to give a shout out to everyone on my team, Free Nation, and everyone connected to us that's watching in South Carolina. The topic I'm going to talk about is the importance of big events, and more specifically, how big events affected our team. But before I do that, I want to share a little bit about myself. I'm originally from a little small town in southeastern North Carolina, like a 2-stop light town. I went to college on an academic and athletic scholarship and graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice and one in sociology. I tried my hand at professional basketball for a few years before ultimately retiring due to a series of just unfortunate injuries. And I ended up working as a federal employee for 11 years before realizing, after sitting down with Coach Easy one day, that I needed to do something more profitable with my life. So I decided to join this team in February of 2019. Now, that's enough about me, but the real thing I want to talk about was how these big events have been vital for our team. I remember how we were underperforming towards the last half of 2019 before we started driving up to Winston-Salem. I remember the first time we went there, I could still see the look in Coach's eyes as he's seen all these people going across stage, getting recognition for building big teams, and we were just in attendance. I remember one time me and him we were sitting in there having an intense one-on-one conversation, believe it or not, in the middle of the club bongos right there in Winston-Salem over all the music. And I guaranteed him, I said, hey, Coach, man, we're going to get you in VIP. We're going to get you on stage before 2020 is over, because that's all Coach been dreaming about, is being up on a big stage. Now, he looked at me like, yeah, right, hey, you're only a senior rep right now. So that's big talk. But, he knows I'm very optimistic about everything. But one thing I will tell you, me and my teammates, we got serious about recruiting and moving people to every Winston-Salem event. We knew that we had to start bringing our recruits and downlines just as Coach had did us. So the next time we came back, a few of us got recognition on stage for being in the top 10 in a couple of the awards categories. And Coach and his wife, they actually got to sit up in VIP. So Coach said, hey, it ain't no fun sitting up here in VIP by myself. So unfortunately, the whole COVID situation happened and everything got shut down. But the next couple of times, I made it to VIP. Then after me, a couple of my other teammates made it to VIP. So this dedication to recruiting and moving people to big events, whether they were in person or on Zoom, helped propel our team to record production in the hierarchy. And it moved Coach to another and soon to be another diamond. So our goal is to push him to SVP during the first quarter of 2021, like he said, and at least 2 more diamonds by the time the national convention comes around. Now, I don't want to take up too long, but let me tell you this before I finish. One of my other head coaches and the leader of the global All-Stars hierarchy, SNSD, Rob Davis, always tells us, hey, if you're going to speak on stage or you're going to be on a program, don't do that without giving a quote. So I actually have two quotes from head coach Easy, and I like to always say it's straight from the book of Ezel. The first one is, a strong team will make a weak leader look strong. However, a weak team will make a strong leader look weak. The last quote from Coach Easy is, let's move masses of asses to big events. Thank you, guys.
Hey, That was awesome, man. We're excited about you, bro. I just can't wait for you to get your regional vice president promotion. You flat did it in a big time way, man. Awesome job, you, Sean. And so we're gonna now turn it over to our next regional leader. This guy is on fire, man. He's rocking and rolling, leading the base shop. Super excited about him also getting his regional vice president promotion in the first quarter of 2021. Man, y'all give it up for the phenomenal, awesome Robert Valentine. What's going on, teammates? Hey, look, this has been phenomenal. I just want to give thanks to my coach, Ezel Parker, and Angie Parker, because at the end of the day, man, they embedded Pride America into me. So real quick, my story. I was a plant worker. You know, I started off at a plant making about $70,000 a year. My wife introduced me into the business through her cousin. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I wasn't informed about Primerica. I wasn't really interested. But at the end of the day, I knew it made sense. So at the end of the day, what happened to me was I started going into big events. One of the big events that changed my life was one of Rob Davis' hierarchy, SNSD. And he totally changed my life, totally changed my wife's life, and said, hey, look, if you want to do something big, you have to go to big events. And one thing that I learned was big events, you make big decisions at big events. And so one thing that I noticed was that, look, when I went to a big event, I made the decision to say, hey, look, this right here is gonna make it or break it, right? And so when I went to the big event, I just seen a lot of people winning. I saw a lot of people coming together. I don't know about y'all, but I come from a small town from Providence, Rhode Island, right? And so when I come from Providence, Rhode Island, we didn't encourage each other, right? And I know a lot of y'all probably come to from small communities or whatever it is, but we didn't encourage each other to become big. So when I went to a big event, I started noticing that I needed to do something big, right? And so when we came, I just saw, me and my wife started seeing a lot of people winning. We decided to plug in. And so, man, I give thanks to Coach Ezel Parker, Angela Parker, to actually plug us in and Get Big, Go Home. And when we got into Get Big, Go Home, real quick, when Ezel Parker said, look, when we went to the first Get Big, Go Home in Winston-Salem, we started noticing, hey, look, it's not about premium. It's about recruiting. How big your business want to be, right? How big do you want to be of ownership, right? And so he came out with the Dynasty Movement jacket, right? And real quick, and you can see double-digit recruiting. It's all about double-digit recruiting, right? And so you see it right here. Anybody in our base shop who double-digit recruit had a jacket just like this. Man, me and my wife, we were just blessed to have this. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. In order for y'all to recruit, in order for y'all to get big, y'all have to recruit. And man, big decisions are made at big events, and Get Big, Go Home has done it. And we just blessed to have that get done, man. I'm gonna turn it back over to my coach, man. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Awesome job, man. We are excited. We are pumped. Now, I got a few housekeeping rules, a few housekeeping things, Darla. Hope you don't mind, but I got to make sure I give a few housekeeping before I go into what I got going to. First thing, Sean, get ready for the jokes from Andy Young, our head coach, because he's a football guy, and he always jokes about the basketball guys. So get ready for that. Patricia Sullivan did a phenomenal job on Get Big, Go Home today. Man, I was talking to her today, and she really set the tone for this event. Super excited about her. And Rob V. Coley brought it home, so I'm super excited about him. So, hey, let me get into what I'm going to talk about. Listen, y'all don't know who I am, but y'all will. I'm telling you what I know. We're getting ready to do something great. We're excited about finishing 2020 strong and coming out in a big-time way in 2021. Listen, I want to give a thanks to my wife, man, who allows me to do what I do. Super excited for her and what her life is going to be like, man, as we build and grow this mega hierarchy. We have a goal in the Decade of Dominance to produce 18 more first-generation RVPs. I have 2 regional vice presidents now, Ashley Givens and Orlando and Taryn Price. We're going to produce 18 more, and we're going to produce 30 second-generation RVPs and 15 third-generation RVPs, so we can have 65 regional vice presidents in our organization in by the decade of dominance. It ends in 2030. And so we're excited about it. And we know we can't do that without big events. So let's talk about why you gotta be in big events. Listen, when I joined the business, it was in May, and my mom got me involved in the business. I was a college student at the University of South Carolina. She was nervous that I wasn't gonna find a job. She was already doing it, making $1,500 a month, working the business 3 evenings a week. I got involved, and I worked the business every other Saturday and made $650 a month part-time, y'all. She got me licensed in May, and the company convention, Darla, was in June. I went to the company convention, Maria, and I was actually in May summer school, and they told me I needed to write a 15-page paper on a business. By me going to the company convention and seeing all the $1 million earners line up and seeing all of the people that was having success, I wrote my whole 15-page paper on Primerica, and y'all, I got an A. I did get an A, so that was a blessing. And so what happened was it birthed inside of me to really get serious about the business. And so what happened was this. I made a decision not to go on any interviews and come into the business full time. And I was blessed, you all, to make a 6-figure income in a short period of time. And we're excited. So now, why you gotta be in big events? You know, recruiting is the lifeblood of the business, then being in part of big events is the daggone breath, is the air in the lungs of the new recruit. Listen, when you go to a big event, it gives you the ability to look at your life, to make decisions based on your life because you're in the environment. You see people that have the ability, like the great Andy Young, who's the GOAT of putting on events and environments, Gus Gonzalez, $1 million earner, John Levin, AKA J Lav, Peggy Hightower, Andrea Burks is giving over $1 million to Beats to mentor to your people to help them have success, to speed up the process, to give them the ability to make decisions that they're going to put Primerica as a priority in their life. You can't do it by yourself. You need people. And so you have to understand you got to be on a campaign to get people to the big events. It's non-negotiable. You have to position it in a way that allows people to understand, listen, if I'm not at this event, all the air in America is going to go dead and dull if I ain't at this big event. This is the only place I need to be, Maria, so I can still breathe to have life. And as I get ready to end, you know, I want to be $1 million earner in Primerica. And John Lavin gave y'all a daggone definition. So I feel, Walter, I got to give a definition. See, the big event is an incubator. It's an incubator, Jared. It's an incubator. Let's see what the definition of a daggone incubator is. The incubator is an organization or place that aids the development of new business ventures, especially by providing low-cost commercial space, management assistance, or shared services. Y'all, listen, your job, you work, but your job doesn't. So you gotta be in an environment conducive to you building and growing a business for your children's children. And so you gotta be at big events. I believe, Darla, at the end of the day, if you miss a big event, then you set yourself 90 days back from having success. You set yourself 90 days back to at least 90 days or 6 months. So listen, I'm excited. I've got one more housekeeping rule. Listen, I love what Bella's doing. I love what Walter's doing, but we came here to play. We ain't sitting here and just giving it up like, oh, we ain't seals. We coming to compete. So I can't wait until the real deal is back in play.
Oh.
The Zoom is the Zoom, but the real deal, when we get back and have butts and chairs, and Art Williams got a video on the Zoom hangover. Watch that. But when we get back in Winston-Salem, if you ain't bringing 100 people, you're going to be in trouble. The Green Hat Army is coming. 1,000 Green Hats are coming. I'm going to turn it back over
I
to
cannot
Rob
wait
and
to see
Matt.
you. Well done. We have some applause for the man. All right,
It's gonna
great
take
job, you guys.
125 people, actually. I think.
Exactly, 125 or if not more.
Just to win on Tuesday.
Let alone at the event. All right, you guys, here is the graphic, the theme for January, really the theme for 2021, turning up the heat. We are so thrilled that we're ready to go.
Yep.
We are ready. January 2nd, let's go ahead now and do quick housekeeping. Speaking of housekeeping, all right, you've got to have a registration in your own name, right? It's all free. Just go out to getbiggergohome.com. We made a couple little changes in the site today, so it should be a little bit easier to navigate and register. That's it. That's all you got to do, right? So if you don't have a registration in your own name by December 29th, you cannot be included in recognition. You can still come watch. You can still register. As Trish says from the sidelines over there, no exceptions on the 29th. So please go ahead and do it now. No reason to not do it. Let's see. The registration is open. You saw the graphic. So we are so pumped up and ready to kick off something new, right? Ready to start going back a little bit, putting our little toe in the pond of something similar to what we were doing before. Belda Rubio is going to come back, and we are going to talk about some of the energy that we're going to bring to the event. Go ahead, Belda.
Wow, Darla. I mean, seriously, this is going to be so exciting. We have to get into that environment. I mean, Zoom, it's okay, but to me, I don't like Zoom. I like being live, but we have to create the excitement where people are fighting to get in the room. We're only limited to a certain number of people to be in there. So we have one shot, guys. We got one shot to make it the best. We have to bring our energy. We have to bring the excitement. We have to bring the drum, the cowbells, whatever's necessary to get people pumped up, right? And so write this down. One, we have to rally the troops. You have to start now. You have to make sure that you got the right people in the room. Not everybody, because some people take just people just to fill up the room. No, we need the right people. Second is we got 2 weeks, right, for 2020 and attendance. We need to explode our attendance like never before. Just like the great Gus Gonzalez said, we have to let the world know that we're coming. We're coming, we're here, and we're not going anywhere, guys. So it starts off on January the 2nd. Your excitement is going to carry on to your people. But if the leader is not excited, how are we supposed to get our team excited, right? So it starts with the leader. And then you make your numbers known. See, you don't have to say you're number one. The world should know that you're number one, right? And so you definitely have to make your numbers known. Right now is the time to make your numbers known. And guess what? We got to kick ass for the GOAT. Andy Young deserves us to kick ass, guys. By us kicking ass and us winning for our families, guess what? That's just going to elevate him because he's poured in his heart, his time, his money into this great environment, this family. Let's give back to him. What can we give Andy Young, the man that could buy whatever he wants and could go anywhere? We can't buy him anything. The only thing we can do is go out and win for our families, guys. And you know what? Turn up the heat. Turn up the heat. Man, I see all these people winning, getting their watches, their rings, the diamonds. Guys, Get Big or Go Home has to come in and just annihilate them, right? And you know what? Andy's always watching. You think Andy doesn't know? Andy knows everything. He knows everything. He might act like he don't know anything, right? He's a smart man, but he knows everything. He knows exactly who's been good or bad. So we need to make sure we're on the good list, right? And he's going to have a big scoreboard at the big event, guys. He's going to put your numbers known. So everybody, are you going to be embarrassed of your numbers? Are you going to shy away from your numbers? Are you going to be proud that you were the deliverer for everybody? And you make sure that Andy is excited to see your numbers, or is he going to be disappointed? Guys, thank you guys so much. I'm super excited to see everybody. I'm just so ready to see everybody live, hug everybody with, you know, of course, we have our precautions, right? Got to say that, CDC guidelines. But I'm super excited to have everybody there, and we're going to party. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're so excited to see everybody.
Yep.
Excited is the word of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Thank you, Belda. Thank you for everybody who's been on up to this point. We are actually at the 8 o'clock, almost right on time. We are going to, are you ready over there? Trisha's got the rally numbers for us.
Now here's your mic.
She does? You do have a mic.
I do have a mic.
Darla wanted you to read the top 5. You don't have to count the top 5.
But just read the last few coming in,
Yeah,
right?
read the
And their numbers?
Yeah,
Yep.
what the heck?
Oh.
If you turn your mic on, you can do that.
That's the one.
That's the mute.
Oh, no,
Well,
she got
it's
it.
got power
There we
to
go.
that.
Oh, there you go.
We know how to
Okay.
do stuff.
I do. Sometimes I do. Just okay. So top 5. Well, I'll do the
more.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start with the 50s. So Wes and Shay Florinord, you came in at 51. Ezil Parker,
Yep.
you came in with 54. David and Garci Catan, 55. Hamad Rizvi, 55. And Daryl and Crystal Julian, 55. So there's a big, huge gap.
Huge gap.
There's a big, huge gap.
Huge gap.
To the top 2 now. Belda Rubio is reporting in with 120. And Walter Charles is reporting in with 125.
Ooh.
So, like I said, there's a big gap between the top 2 and everybody else. So, again, these 2 base shops only, and if you've already reported in, didn't count. I'm only counting RVPs up till this point, so if you already reported in, you're going to have to go again. So, Belda Rubio's base shop, and all, you know, just go out there in your little cyber world and contact your people and tell them they need to do it again. And then Walter Charles. So those 2 base shops and those 2 base shops only, because I'm counting by myself tonight.
Oh, you make it. You got it.
It's
You
all
can do
good.
it.
It's all good. So here I go.
Have fun.
All right, so
Let the
you
fun
heard her.
begin.
If you're in Belda Rubio's base shop or Walter Charles' base shop, you need to text 404-465-1830. Make sure you save that number. Make sure your people save that number. And like last time, we need to know who you are. So tell us what base shop you're reporting from. So in this example, we've got RVP Andy Young. And then we want to know your solution number, ABC12, whatever. You can, you know, if you don't have a solution number yet, maybe you just signed up or you haven't signed your IBA yet, you can put guest in there. The main thing is we don't want to have more than one person reporting out off of a single phone number. So I can't sit here and text out using my phone and put my solution number and Darla's solution number to report. No, she's got to use her phone to report hers. I got to use mine to report mine. And that's how it goes. And if you're not carrying the big gold, you're second best no matter what you tell yourself.
All right. Next up to talk to us is Glenn Walden from Virginia. Hey, buddy, how are you?
All right. Well, how are you this evening?
Good.
I tell you, I'm fired up and excited, and it's a pleasure to be with you this evening. You know, when I think about this being going to my 33rd year of Primerica, it never gets, every year it's better and better. And where we are, ending up, you know, one of the best years in the business. I know it's been tough for a lot of people, but Primerica, it has been one of the absolute best years. And I know it has been for my team, my hierarchy. And we're so excited to finish out the last 2 weeks of the month. You know, we always tell people, you know, Christmas is one day. We don't downplay it, but every other business in America, they're wide open right on through the end of the year. And we got to do the same thing. You know, we got to play all out, all the way in. The big event coming up on January the 2nd to launch the new year. You know, a launch is not just, a launch is like the space shuttle. You want to launch your business going into January the 2nd. And we're looking forward to launching our business. And I know years ago, Bruce Cox once said that, you know, take the first 3 months of the new year and do what you did all year long in recruiting. And that's a mindset, you know, for a lot of people that's looking on right now. That might be something you might want to look at. Look at your trend track, see what you did last year, and see if you can match those recruiting numbers the first 90 days going into 2021. We're so excited, you know, big events. Oh my gosh, you know, since we've been plugging in to Get Big or Go Home, you know, my family has really reaped the benefits. My oldest son, Lydell, he went RVP. Not only that, he's gone to over 200,000 in income, got his $100,000 ring, $200,000 ring. My youngest Sean, he's going to RVP. He'll get his $100,000 ring next year. And we're rocking and rolling. And so to finish out these last 2 weeks, it just makes sense. I mean, you know, you talk about bringing the heat. I mean, water boils at 212 and 211. It's just warm water. Even though it's just 1 degree, 1 degree makes everything. Water boils, it creates steam. And so if you're not 212, baby, you just won't. And I love being part of Get Big or Go Home. I love the competition. You know, I got a saying, you can't always be number one, but you can always win. When you get better, you get better, you get bigger, you're winning. And competition brings that. Competition brings the best out of everybody. Everybody should want to be number one. Everybody should be going for something big. And I just see 2021 is a year that man, we can top 2020. This has been a great year. And I'm just going to close out by saying that, you know, you got to take these last 2 weeks and you got to be serious about what you do. I mean, you know, I always tell people we follow our trend track. If you put a week December on your numbers, you got to carry that month for 12 months. It stays there for 12 months. It doesn't go away. So your recruiting numbers, your premium numbers, your cash flow, hey, it's got to be there in December. So if right now you got like 2 weeks left, if you don't have the results that you want, you got to dig in. You got to dig in. And if you got it going on, you got to pour the heat on. So let's not back off. Let's run the daggone score up. Let's settle out for January the 2nd. Let's pack it out. Let's have one of the biggest Zoom meetings because we're gonna be coming back to Winston-Salem sooner or later. I know everybody miss it. I know I do. I've been going to fast style schools for over 30 years. So you know I'm addicted to fast style schools. That's not it was never a question of whether I was going. It was always how many people are going with me. And so when you're all in, you're all in. You can't be all in when you're halfway in. So anyway, Dollar, I'm excited to be. I hope everybody else is excited. We're going to take this thing to a whole nother level in the next 2 weeks. We're going to finish this year strong. And, man, we're going to launch 2021. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. Yes, I'm like you. I'm addicted to fast start schools, too. Mary Hayes, the great Mary Hayes, NSD. Super glad that you've joined us. She came by and dropped us off a little package earlier. It was awesome.
Okay, all right. Hey, gang,
Tell us.
how are you?
Good.
I was over at Night Glass today, and it was just awesome. I mean, they've got new graphics. They've got all kinds of things going on. They are working so hard behind the scenes to make sure that all of this comes off. I mean, there's nothing like this going on anywhere. In fact, most people haven't even seen a meeting in months. They don't even know there are meetings, you know, and some people get on POL, but most people don't even do that. So what you've got to do is you've got to decide, okay, this is December. Yeah, Christmas, I like it, Glenn. Christmas is one day. Christmas is one day. Belda told you, the GOAT, greatest of all time, because I know a lot of people say, what is the GOAT? Why do they keep calling that man the GOAT? Well, bottom line is he's developed a system and he's got a mindset, even when COVID started, where other people were like backing down, and even people in Matt and Darla's business, a guy went under and Matt got to buy all his equipment. Because being around Andy, you just think differently. You don't think pretty much. He doesn't think like anyone else. You know, when Randy told him about going to Hawaii, and said, well, you just don't, nobody thinks like you. And Andy held up the sheet of the 100 people going to Hawaii and said, well, these 100 people think like me. They think like me. So, you know, I talked a couple of weeks ago about whatever you think is what you're going to become. So if you think that January 2nd, woe is you, you're having a pity party already because you've already counting yourself out, instead of deciding that you're going to be a champion, you're going to not count yourself out. You're going to get out of your own head, out of your own way, and bring a bunch of people with you. I mean, you know, when Andy put 5, it still blows my mind. In 100 days from scratch, He put 500 people in a room. And how did he do that? Well, he had everybody, even Pat, was a school teacher and said, told Andy all the time, you don't live in the real world. And of course, he looked at her and said, all you do is bitch about your world. Why would I want to live in your world? You got a job. So it's so funny how we don't live in the real world, but yet those other people think that we should feel sorry for them because they're in the real world. You better knock it off. You better get around people that are going places, doing things. And I am so excited. When we did the 8th and the 9th, and then when the senior leadership got canceled, even though I was really looking forward to going, but when it got canceled, I was like, yes, we can start off January 2nd. We're not going to let anything grow under our feet for 2021, but you got 2 weeks left. And the other thing you got to do is quit being a coward. Quit posting crap. Quit texting your people. Is there a thing called a phone? Is there a thing called a doorbell? I don't care if you just stay on the porch. Let them see that you're still alive. Let them see that you're excited and get them involved. But I am so excited, Darla. We have to have an incredible explosion on January 2nd. Yes, some of us are going to be in the room. And that's the other thing. You can't be a punk and be in that room. You better come. You better bring numbers. You better bring people. But then how many people are you going to have? Everybody can't get in the room yet. And that's not because of us. That's because of our little bug that we now have. But bottom line is there should be 100, 200 on Zoom. Okay, so Belda, 120 in 2 weeks. I don't know. You got 20 in the room. And what if you get 200 on Zoom? Pat brought 10 people. She wasn't even in the business when Andy put 500 in the room. So it's time to wake up, and get over Christmas, get it done, get it out of the way, and then fight for your 2021. If you're an RVP on this Zoom, do you have an RVP? Or 3, or 9, or 18, or 65 like Easy's gonna have? Or are you not an RVP? And if you're not an RVP yet, what are you waiting for? The contract starts at RVP. Thanks, Darla.
Did they go away?
We right here. Okay, you ready for me?
Hold on.
You're good.
We're having a technical issue. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Real quick, tell me all about it.
All right. Hey, so first of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity and also my great, amazing Winter Die hierarchy for giving us the shot to be up here. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about the new year. The great thing about the holiday season, I always told my team, is right now there's a lot of people out that have part-time seasonal jobs that might be dentists, doctors, but they need some extra money for Christmas. They're going to get in a lot of debt. January, February, March are usually the biggest months of Primerica because refund checks are coming. People have their New Year's resolution. Right? They may break it by March, but we got to get them excited while they're excited, get them off to a fast start, right? There's a lot of people that are saying that, you know what, this year's got to be a better year. But what I realized is not going to be a better year unless it's a better us. It's not going to be a new year unless it's a new us. And most people in Primerica, they might not even be here 5 or 10 years like you think. They might have repeated the same year 5 or 10 times. So what we got to do is we got to make sure we take advantage of the times right now with all the things going on. I saw an article by Bill Gates, and he talked about the next 2 years aren't going to be the same. The next 2 years take about 2 years to recover from what we're going through right now. So I know in Maryland, some restaurants are shut down and shutting down DC. But I look at it as a blessing because now people got to focus. Not a lot of distractions, not a lot of things taking them off. You can't go to a basketball game like you really want to, a football game like you really want to, right? Everybody's home for the most part. So you might have Christmas parties on Zoom. Use the opportunity to meet some people, get some of your recruits thinking about getting some of their family and friends on Zoom while they're getting to these Christmas parties, get these little get-togethers. You got to use this opportunity while people are excited and they're happy about the new year, they're happy about the Christmas time. You got to use this as an opportunity for you to get big and rally as many people to the event on the 2nd. And the power of the event, I know I learned some great things from Andy Young. I learned things like if you want sympathy, go get a dog. If you really need it, go get 2, right? I've learned that we got to get more people. But one of the biggest things I learned from Andy of all the things is every restaurant's all you can eat and nothing's ever sold out. And our life could be like that. These next 2 years, if you lock down, lock and load, and especially this next month and these last 2 weeks, you can set up 2021 this year. You never know who you'll find this year that was dying for an opportunity that if you wait till the new year to start, right, you might miss and you might get a promotion at work. Their job might open up. Right now, people are scared. They're fearful. There's no way we can't hire the masses, right? There's no way people aren't seeing the need for life insurance right now and investing money right now, right? So right now is the perfect time that we got to take advantage of the times while people are scared and give them hope, because this is the number one product Primerica offers. It's not just a life insurance and investments, but it's hope, all right? And you have hope in your business when you get new people to a big event, when you grow your attendance. The average amount of people you have showing up per week is the average amount of recruits and sales you're gonna do per month. But what I realized, when you get into a big event, if you have 25 people in a big event, you'll make about $50,000 this year. 50 people in a event, you probably make about $100,000 this year in overrides, right? If you don't believe me, try it, right? But this event is going to be epic. And I believe that with all these people jumping diamonds, I saw our awesome coach jump some diamonds. I believe by the convention, Andy Young could be at $2 million in income if we all rally and push him there, because he deserves it, right? A lot of us don't override each other. A lot of us probably wouldn't have any connection if it wasn't for this big event. Right? But he allows us to connect with each other, whether he overrides us or not, and gives us the opportunity where we can learn from each other, constantly grow and get better. And because of this environment that he created, so many of us, especially the ones speaking today, every one of the people that spoke today I've seen has jumped at least a diamond or two, every single one of them, right? And they're going to jump so many more because of the awesome environment. So you got to sell out to be in there, get as many people there as possible, right? If you're going to fly out there, get out there, maybe take a couple people. I know we can't take everybody there, right? But like Bill said, take the serious people there, but sell out to being at that event, sell out to get as many people at that event. And if you're gonna grow anything this new year, right, make sure you grow your recruiting, make sure you grow your attendance. And if you're racing people to district leader, get them off to a fast start, the promotions and the income will follow. So definitely proud of it's my team. I'm proud of all the leaders that spoke before me. And I definitely appreciate you for having us on. So you guys have a great night.
That's great, Darren. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woohoo! All right, because we're still going, right? The next, one of my most favorite people, I first met her, I think, at Keystone a 3 years ago. Loved spending some time with her. And Maria Victoria Duncan is here with her. She's here. Let me make some words here. She's here with two of her people, and she's going to do an RVP plus 2. Welcome, welcome. We're glad that you're here.
Wow.
Right.
What can I say, Darla? I want to thank you so much, and Andy Young, for giving me the opportunity. What a blessing to wake up and be part of a year like this and being this a great company, right?
Yes.
Where everything that's happening can happen to you as well, right? And I'm just so blessed. I thank God every day for this opportunity and just being here among these amazing people. These are my favorite people in Primerica, guys, right here on this call. Get Big, Go Home has been such an important part of our growth in our career. So just real quick, guys, before I introduce my two great players tonight, I wanted to tell you that big events, let me tell you something about big events, because I went to my first convention. I joined Primerica in 2010, right? But 2011 was my first convention. I did not know where I was going, right? So I get there and I see all these people, everybody's so excited, everybody winning. When I started listening to all these millionaires speak, I was like, where am I, right? And listen, because I went there, my vision expanded tremendously, right? And I started dreaming bigger, thinking bigger. I found my why, and I was stealing goals and things from everybody, right? How many of you have still, goals and accomplishments from other people and other people's whys? So I started stealing. I was like, oh my God, I want to retire my parents. Oh my God, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I just left that convention so inspired. And you know why big events are so important? Because I made this decision at my first convention, Darla. I said, I'm gonna plant my flag in this company and I'm gonna become a millionaire here, right? Or I'm gonna die trying, right? So I made a decision right there and there that I was never, ever, ever gonna miss a big event ever again in my life. In my brain, every big event is like a piece of your success
puzzle, right? If you're not there, you're missing out. Guys, I listen to all of you guys. Let me tell you, this is the best of the best in this call tonight. Will you agree on that? It's just incredible. The energy level, the belief level, what you guys are doing is just incredible, right? So I made a decision, and listen to these guys. Let me tell you why. Because you are always one conversation away from changing your life, right? And that's why you don't only go to a big event, you go prepared, right? So what do I mean when I say you go prepared? This is what I mean. You first of all go ready with a pad and a pen to make sure you take notes. Don't trust your memory, because what you're going to learn there, hey, how long is it going to stay here, right? So I have, since I started in Primerica, Darla, I don't even know how many, I think it's thousands, if not millions of pages, because I take notes for everything. I can't trust my memory. So you always want conversation with it. You got to make sure you remember months after, years after, what was taught, what was the thing that impacted you at that specific event, right? Also, let me tell you why big events are so important. Okay, guys, so I was trying to get my husband into my business for so long, right? But he was super busy building his own business, had his own job, doing his own thing, right? I said, I don't want Primerica, I want you. I was like, babe, because you don't know Primerica, right? And then I took him to a big event. I had to trick him into going to a big event, all right? So he came with me, and it was the right speaker at the right time, right? Like, you're not a prophet in your own land. Like Trash was saying, you cannot convince your people that know you that this company is the greatest just because they see you, that you're excited. You got to bring them into the environment. You got to expand the vision. So I took him there, and he took other person, not me, all right? Not me, to convince him that Primerica was the greatest opportunity in the world, right? So that's why big events are so important, right? Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have the greatest partner in the world, which is my husband. By the way, today it's our anniversary. We're celebrating. Also, guys, let me tell you something. You gotta go to an event, and you gotta have an expectation, right? You gotta be intentional about changing your life in that event. You don't only go take notes, you go with an open heart, you go with an open mind, and you focus on the things, and you don't miss no speaker. Because some people are, who's the next speaker? Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. What if that speaker is the one that's gonna say the thing that you needed to hear tonight? You gotta be plugged in, you gotta be connected, you gotta be listening to everybody, maybe the district in the room, right? That says something is the person that's going to change your life. So you got to take notes, right? And another thing, guys, is you got to be creative, and you got to become a professional promoter, right? Meaning you do whatever it takes to get everybody there, right? I don't care if you got to say, hey, the hottest women in Primerica are going to be there. Hey, girls, the hottest guys are going to be there. Whatever you got to say, but you got to get creative, right? You got to be a professional promoter to bring as many people as you can to big events. Now, I know, Darla, there are a lot of people in Primerica right now that because of the COVID-19, they have not experienced that intensity, that fire, that energy level. I know a lot of you are getting it through the screen right now, right? But when you're there and you just see everybody, when I saw Peggy Hightower jumping on the Zoom, I was like, how is she gonna dance, right? Before she speaks in the camera. I'm gonna just wait and see if before she gets to speak, if they're gonna play some music and she's gonna dance, because that's my favorite part, right? About Peggy Hightower. I love her to death, right? But guys, I'm telling you, if you're hearing someone, you've never been to a big event in person, you cannot miss it, right? And I'm telling you guys, when you ask me, hey, what's the most important event? I'm gonna tell you what the most important event is. The next one, right? You cannot miss the next event. And then what is the most important event after that one? But if I cannot make it to that one, no, if you cannot make it to that one, I don't want to talk to you, right? Because I don't know who's worse, the one that gives the excuse or the ones that receives it, right? You cannot accept no excuses. Oh, Christmas, New Year's, I don't care. Your dreams, your goals, your dreams, and your, everything that you want to build in this company, you cannot wait. Why are you going to wait until next year to start working hard for your dreams? Why are you going to wait until next year to make sure you're 100% connected with your environment, with your team, with your RVP? right? So you got to do it now, guys. And hey, man, I just want to thank you so much because I have the opportunity to introduce to you, you know, two of our, you know, great leaders in our business. Let me tell you, one of them, his name is Miguel Suarez. He's been through thin and thick with Pernell and I. And you guys, if you guys know our business, you know, we've been through everything, right? But let me tell you about this guy. He has the heart of a champion, right? You know, in Primerica, there is no test. You cannot know who's going to be that champion that has the right heart, that is going to stick next to you, that is going to fight with you, that is going to believe with you, right? And he's going to be willing to go through everything just because he believes in your leadership. He believes in Primerica, and he believes in this amazing opportunity and what he can accomplish here. And he's going to share with you tonight, guys, a couple of minutes. Please help me welcome regional leader, senior regional leader, Miguel Suarez.
Hello, guys. Incredible. Like, I feel so blessed that I have this opportunity to be at this event. Like, for me, it's incredible, unbelievable. When my brokers called me and told me that I had to speak there, I got nervous. I'm still nervous because for me, it's a big deal being part of Andy Young's movement. Like, I'll never forget my first time in Keystone. So from that date on, this event has been part of my life on it. So, guys, I want to start telling something. Like, this isn't from a personal view. I mean, being at the big event is important, but the most important is how many people from your team you have in the big events. Because if you're in the big event, you already make the decision to be in this company and fight for the future, right? But how many people you have in that event is gonna let you know how fast you're gonna hit to that future that you want to get. So why having people on the big events? It's three simple reasons. They're gonna expand the vision. They're gonna create competition, and they're gonna set up your belief. You're gonna have new belief. You're gonna have new hope in that event. Why? Expand your vision is easy. You only see into what you have past or you have experience. But when you are in a big event, you can experience more of what all this leader has accomplished, right? Why is going to create competition? Listen, if you're competing in your hierarchy or basic level and you're already beating the number, then you're number one. I got news for you. Wait until you see the nationals. Wait until you go to the event. You're going to see people doing tremendous numbers that you're not even close. So they're going to make you compete and grow and keep growing in this company. Create hope. Why? Listen, when I see first time young people like me, listen, I'm 24. I joined this company when I was 19. So I see people that are 24, like 23, already hitting the $100,000, the $200,000, retiring their parents. When I see the Arellanos retiring their family, I was like, all right, that's why I'm here in this company. I hear one time in a convention when someone said, like, a mother can raise 10 kids, but between one of them, they cannot retire the mother. And I said, right, I'm the only child. If I'm not able to support from my mother, who's going to do it in the future? I learned that in a big event. I would have never experienced that common on my regular meeting on my office or something. So thank God that it wasn't that event. It was the convention in 2017. I was 1 month in the business when that happened. And like my broker said, I went to that convention without knowing what is it. What was that convention? People tell me, oh, it's a big event. It's incredible. They're going to change your life. And I was like, how are you going to change my life? I just need to make money and learn to do this business. But listen, guys, Primerica is not about the money that you're going to make. It's not going to come for sure. It's about what do you do for people? How are you going to change their life? And how are you going to help them out to keep growing and have the belief in their minds? I want to talk about two specific big events that for me are the best ones. Actually, three. There's a Freedom Conference, there's a convention, and there's a Keystone event. And I'm going to talk about specific and the Keystone one. Me personally, when I went to Keystone first time, I went as a division. And I said to myself, all right, this is the last time I'm going to be in Keystone and I'm not going to be part of the VIP people. I need to be in that part. Why? I want to sit in the table so I can take note comfortable of what people are saying. I don't want to be writing on a paper on my leg or nothing. I want to have a table. I want to see people know. I want people to know my name because I'm here to conquer this company. I'm here to be in Primerica and to die, right? So this is my future. This is the lifestyle that I picked. And Andy Young said at the end, all right, if you want to be part of the VIP, you need to have 175 recruits. That number never get out of my mind. All right, I said, all right, I have 12 months. How much numbers and how many recruits I need to do every month from now on to get 175. And also, I'm not only accepting by month, I put it by weekly. That way I know how far I need to be working every week until we get to Keystone. And the next Keystone, I went 186. I hit it by the minimums, and I was nervous. I thought probably the VIPs, they passed the 200, and I'm not going to make it. All right, I was the last person. All right, the last spot for the VIP, I got it. And that event, I was by myself. And I said, all right, who else I can put in this event? They can have the blessing that I have. Then all the year, it was last year in Keystone, I decided to take one person who came to my business to change it, to mark an old business and a new business, a new beginning for the hierarchy and our team. That person is Eric Valdez. For me, that was the biggest challenge. I was training a person who was 54 years old, and I was 23. First thing that came to my mind is, what I'm going to teach to this person who has already know everything in life, who is supposed to teach me how to live, right? Because I'm 24. And having the blessing of hear from that person that he's proud of what I teach him is that when I have said and I tell my family, listen, all this happened thanks to this company, to America, thanks to this movement and my brokers. So putting that person in that event, I also told him, listen, my decision when I went to this meeting is to come back the next one with more than 175 recruits. By telling him that, I know that he's going to accept it. And then I know that I need to break my record because by default, and for sure, he's going to cross that number. Listen, guys, I feel so blessed because I didn't, probably I wouldn't do nothing. I'll hit the VIP. That person crossed the 250 recruits in 11 months. For me, that was a record breaker. I mean, I'm 7 recruits away to cross the 300 this year. Like, this wouldn't happen if I wouldn't put people in that event. If I wouldn't believe that every person on my team and every person on this planet deserves to feel the blessing of being at big events. All right. So, guys, I'm going to finish with this quote. All right. This is my personal quote. This is what I always give in my heart. And this is what have made me be a loyal person to my broker, which is like my mother. All right. And it's educating the mind without educating your heart is not educational at all. Listen, guys, you can read all the books. You can learn all the tricks that you want in your life. If you don't have a heart of people, it will be impossible for you to run this business because for America, it's a people business. And we're here to serve and help the community and our family in this business. Thank you, guys, for this blessing opportunity. See you at the top.
Wow. Thank you. Well done. I think Maria's got one more person. Is that true?
Yes, I do. Real quick. Her name is Vanessa de Jesus, Darla. She started in the business during the pandemic, right?
Yes.
And she's been my client for investment. Since she was very, very young. Nice. She called me to ask me a question about some statements, and I say, hey, what are you doing this during this pandemic? Got her back in the business. In 2 months, she got promoted to division, and she's building a phenomenal team in a short amount of time. So I'm gonna give it up to Vanessa de Jesus. Oh, by the way, our vision is to get her to RVP by convention. So.
Great job. Vanessa, tell us real quick.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I'm really so excited and I feel so blessed to be part of this event. Obviously, like she said, I'm very young in the company. I only started just now in July. So everybody's talking about all these in-person events and I actually haven't experienced any of the in-person events just yet. But I have experienced the Zoom events and those honestly have made a huge impact for me. The SNSD Super Saturdays with Gus Gonzalez, every Super Saturday when I hear from Gus Gonzalez, you know, it creates a new momentum in me. The things that I hear from him, they always motivate me. But one of the events that really I can say is the reason I became a division leader is when Gus Gonzalez invited Mika Saunders to our Super Saturday. And hey, everybody here knows Mika Saunders is a superstar. And when I heard about her, you know, starting off, she was right on the cusp of becoming $1 million earner. Said, wow, who is this woman that's doing this in 6 years? Like, I gotta hear from her. So I sat in on that event and I listened to her story and I identified with it so much because she started when she was 27 and I'm also 27. So hearing her story, it again lit a fire in me and I was just so excited. But I was not the only one. My sister was also tuned into that event. And when my sister heard her story and saw that, you know, a woman that was pregnant, you know, just worked hard and was able to quit her job within a couple of months and build her business, listen, that also lit a fire underneath my sister. And in that same month of hearing Mika Saunders, me and my sister teamed up and just killed it. And that's why I was able to get to the division leader level that month. And hey, after that, when I learned that, okay, these events can not only be impactful for me, but for my team, the next Super Saturday, I don't know if everybody here knows, but you know, our base shop down in Miami is primarily Hispanic. And a lot of my team members are American and they don't speak Spanish, and a lot of our trainings are actually in Spanish. So the next Super Saturday, you know, my team members weren't participating, and I said, that can't happen. I need them to be plugged in. So I made the decision that I was going to start translating the meetings for them. And one person that was plugged in during that meeting, they got motivated too. Boom, that month they became a district leader. So this is the impact that those kind of events can really have for your business. Like everybody's been saying here, you never know what's the word that somebody's going to hear from somebody else, right? And there's nothing that I could have said to my sister that would have lit her up the way Mika Saunders did. So that's the impact that these events can have.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody. Y'all did a great job. We really appreciate you being here. We've got a couple more people.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We're gonna let Wes, are you out there?
I am here. How are you?
Hey, we've missed you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking.
It's a nice ring light, Wes.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Don't be telling people my secrets.
All right, couple minutes. Tell us about a big event.
All right, that's good. You know what? Peggy and Jaron, they alluded to it. Floyd Mayweather, he paid $750,000 to get out his contract to self-promote himself. And that's what made him over $1 billion in his career, putting butts in seats. And the great thing is that's our event. You know, our event is putting butts in seats. Because of that, here's what's happened. You know, we went over 100 recruits because of plugging in the Get Bigger, Go Home. Went over 100,000, promoting an RVP. You know, so basically everything major that's happened is happened at a Get Up, Go Home event. I mean, we conceived a baby in this event. I'm just telling you right now, here's what I want you guys to understand is right now you're playing for a championship. Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson because you know what, he took some time off. And a bunch of people are taking time off right now. If you think about the Cinderella Man, the guy he was fighting, he took time off because he didn't think, oh, it's not a big deal. So right now we get a chance you can catch anybody. Because right now they may be asleep. So this is when you awaken the giant by working when others don't, and you gotta get people to the big event. So that's what I got for you, darling.
That's awesome. Thank you. What is with this?
Well, you know,
coming back.
Coming into and coming out of anybody that's, you know, been playing for the belt lately. I just gotta, you know,
kind of like
show them what they're fighting
them,
for.
Right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen him win this year.
Yeah.
I've seen
Maybe
him win this
he'll win
year.
Again, right?
I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I don't know. There's some other people playing at a whole nother level now, Olivia.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to catch up.
Hey, Olivier.
Hello. Hey, how's everybody doing?
How are you?
Thank you so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure to share with you guys. Miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys soon.
Yes.
But I'm assuming the same thing, right? Might as well go on, Darla?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys. I mean, I heard at one time a quote. They said sometimes at a church, the people at the audience are saying, man, if the pastor gave a better message, we'd bring more people. And the pastor is saying, and the people are saying, well, if he give a better message, we'd bring more people. So everybody's fighting on the opposite side. The people are fighting, the pastor is fighting. Well, really, what you have to realize is this. We already have to bring more people because the leader of this event is who? Andy Young. 80 RVPs in 5 years. #1 RVP promotion, like the most RVPs promoted from in the last decade, right? So it's all on us at this point, right? It's all about having the most people at this event so that they can transform them for us. I remember, you guys hear about insider trading a lot, right? And it's a crime in business to have insider trading. It's a crime. But here, it's illegal to use the information. So think about it. It's so powerful to have information and use it at the wrong time that in this situation, why would you not have a whole boatload of people when the information information is legal. It's available to use it and impact your whole team. So that's what we intend to do, because I'll tell you what, if Andy Young has sold out that big outside of his personal hierarchy to open this door. So for somebody like myself who came in, my wife and I, we came in, we were simple RVPs. We went and now promoted our 4th RVP, and now we're knocking at the door of 300,000 in income, all because of this environment of Get Bigger, Go Home, and Night Glass, what you guys put on. So I'm telling you, it has changed our lives, and we're looking forward to do the same for our teammates, and hopefully it does the same for you guys. Thank you so much, Darla. Darla, you're muted.
Darla, you're muted.
Darla, you're muted.
Darla, you're
So if you said anything about Darla, I didn't hear
Oh
it.
man, I did this whole great thing about you, Peggy. I was saying nothing.
Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
love you.
We've missed you.
Look,
Welcome
look,
here. Thank you.
Everything that I've heard is just so phenomenal. It's so true, and it's some of like all of you guys on here. I'm I'm just so blessed to have you as a part of my Primerica family. I just thank God for Primerica, because you're truly my family. I don't know about you guys, but for most people in your real, what they call family, we just speak a different language, because, we're the kind of people that are looking for what God promised us: abundance, freedom, dominion, and, to get it and then to give it. I don't think there's a more giving person in Primerica than Andy Young. Just something that God has put wisdom into him, and for him to share it with us is just phenomenal. And I was on a call today, as was Andy, with Glenn Williams, and as Glenn was talking about how the senior leadership is going to be, and I thought back, Andy has been such a leader in this company, guys, for years. What they're doing now, Darla, Matt, and you guys who do such an awesome job, is mimicking what you guys have been doing with Andy Young and Get Bigger, Go Home, for the last month since it started. It's such a blessing to be in a position that you have a pioneer going to victory, but it's a pioneer that wants to take you along with them. And so I just believe if you have a why, that you'll find a way. All I know is faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word. So if you don't understand, you gotta understand the importance of always being in the arena so you can hear the words. After being here since Noah built the ark, is like every time I get in an environment where I'm hearing the words, it takes me up to a whole nother level. So it's something that's so necessary in order to do. But you've got to make a decision that you want to stay focused. You need to have faith. You need to be focused. And then you've got to do the activity that's necessary in order to make your goals and dreams come true. We are in Florida now at my beach home. My granddaughters are here with my niece, and it's just phenomenal what we're able to do. Just wait. Just say hi. And say hi. Okay. And so, but here's the thing, like our dreams, we flew down in our own plane. You know what I'm saying? I've got more family members that we'll have coming in, right? But it's because I didn't take Christmas off. I didn't take Thanksgiving off. I didn't take any of that off. I knew that a holiday wasn't a holiday until I got the job done. So if you can have enough focus until that happens, I promise you, God will put people in your life that will be able to mimic what you're doing, and your goals and dreams will be able to come true as well. I'm so thankful for all of you and all of what you're doing right now, you know, to take this thing to the top. 2021 is going to be the greatest year in all of our careers. Andy Young is in the forefront of all of that, talking like no other leader in this company about going into another direction. I don't know what kind of vitamins he's on or whatever, but I just praise God. You know what I'm saying? That he's doing it. I just always want to be in the mix where I can hear it, to get motivated, to take it on to the next level as well. So guys, just make sure that first weekend in January will really, you'll take from this day to that time in order to get as many people as possible to hear the message. Not up to you whether they do it or not, but it is our responsibility to bring them there. So I'm so excited about what's going on for us. God bless you. I love you. Look forward to talking with you more.
Oh, we love you too. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys.
We're here
What
now.
a great show. Thank you for hanging with us to the almost very end.
Yeah.
So we have, as I said at the very beginning, right, Matt, spent some time looking back at the year and pulled a video together for us. We're going to take a few minutes and watch that then. When we come back, we'll announce the winner. So you guys can still be sending, are you still counting? Yeah, I am. Okay.
Yep.
Did you think you were next? You're not. She's going back to counting now. All right, Matt, thank you. Thank you for your time. Let's go ahead and see it.
You know, 2020 started out, well, pretty normal. I mean, the SNSD factory was kicking ass as usual, creating the greatest environment in North America to help build your business. I mean, look at this. Then it came, the Rona. And while so much of the business world went into a tailspin, Primerica just turned the dial to 11.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder? Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
Then, oh no, now what are we gonna do? We can't have our meetings anymore. What will we do? Girl, are you kidding me? Have you ever met Andy Young or Robin Darla? I mean, hold my beer.
It's just an honor to be with great field leaders like all of you and your teams. We've got record attendance at this event right now. Just by plugging in, you've separated yourselves from the pack.
In a time where the rest of the world is completely chaotic, we not only are focused, but we go do what we have never done before.
What do you think God made you for? Who are you supposed to help? What kind of environment do you want to create?
I want to have freedom. I want to have my 3 kids have a better life. I can tell you it's worth it.
You can either go sit in the corner and suck your thumb and shrivel up, or you can choose to make a difference and do something great.
Take an assessment of your business right now. This is a time where you could put in the early hours, you could put in the late hours.
If you have that passion, if you have that love, the difference in winning and losing is this much. You're gonna have to be the toughest son of a gun that's ever lived to survive.
We're doing something special. It's going to be a competition. We coming back to compete.
Come on! In order to be convincing, you've got to be convinced. You've got to talk to people about not just where you're at or where you used to be, you got to talk about where you're going, right? And the thing you got to ask yourself, if people came from where you came from, if people came from the same circumstance you came from the same situation, the same background, the same career, and they became successful, damn it, then you can become successful.
And because of the pioneers of A.L. Williams, and you're in that group, man, because of what you guys have done, we have this incredible thing today, this Primerica 2.0, as I call it, because it's a brand new Primerica. We have that, and I truly believe, as my wife always says, the best is yet to come. I truly believe that.
And if you capture the history of A.L. Williams and you try to copy that, it is just unbelievable what you can do.
Never in our history have I seen a market more ready. It's like the harvest is ready for the picking. It's time now to go after the harvest with a vengeance. It's time to bring more people into your company. I never operated my business in a defensive manner. I've always played offense. I want to get to my market as fast as I can because guess what? Somebody else will.
If you don't have money, go get new people.
All hands on deck, man.
People are breaking records. Now the bars are being set so high. We need to embrace multiplication. We need to embrace recruiting and finding districts so they can go RVP. You can change your life real quick, man. I'm so excited about what's going on right now.
It's just been an incredible time. I mean, it's shown you really where the potential is. And it's like the mediocre people that were doing 8 appointments, they're still doing 8 appointments. But here's what I noticed. The winners, what they've done is they said, oh my word, I could double and triple my activity. And through recruiting and building, I could double, triple, quadruple, or even 10x my team. So they've compressed the time frames and taken what they could do with Zoom and exploded it. Think about it. What do entrepreneurs do? They find a solution. What do employees do? They wait for the boss to tell them what to do.
Workers are working. Workers are working. You can do twice as many appointments. So you can do in 3 days what you did in 7. And so that's what's happening. The workers are working and the crybabies are crying.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
There's a lot of really, really good people, sharp people, people that have been successful, that have lost their stuff and won it back. Or they're getting ready to lose it and they don't want to lose it. Or they're saying, what am I going to do now? My business that I had doesn't work in this world. I need a new business. Well, our business works in this world.
Than the get big or go home environment that has challenged us to do great things. And I tell you, as a team, we understood that the number one focus, or one thing that we were going to focus on as we kicked off this decade of dominance, it was 1,000 recruits in the hierarchy. We knew if we went for a big goal, it would allow us to have the unlimited opportunity to have the manpower and expansion to do great things. Because one thing you gotta know back home, for those of you that are brand new, there are not enough hours in a day for you to become financially independent on your own. So you need a team, and you need a bigger team. And what's big? Bigger. So whatever you're thinking, think bigger.
If you joined this business because you want to help people, because you're money motivated, because you've always wanted to build a business, I don't know why you joined the business, but I'll tell you this. whatever you do and whatever you do it for, you better do it big. Abundance and wealth are your birthright. That's what you got to know. It's your birthright. So I need you to know it. I need you to accept it. I need you to see it. And I need you to seize it, because good is the enemy of great. You got to know what you want, and you got to be willing to pay the price to get it.
We've got everything in place. You are double dumb, crazy, an idiot if you don't go build distribution. I mean, if you have an opportunity to build 2, 3, 5, 10 offices or 100, why wouldn't you do it? If you have the choice to be Michael Jordan or Joe Montana or Rudy, why would you pick Rudy? It's got nothing to do with size, talent. This business got nothing to do with that crap. It's persistence.
The more you ponder and the more you're in your head and all you do is sit around and think, people like me, people like Belda, people like Andrea, we're going to kick your ass because we're working. We ain't thinking about nothing. When your dreams are bigger than your fears, that's when you're going to win.
First timers, first recruit, first sale,
Yes.
first event, welcome.
Yes,
If this is your
this
first
is it.
event and you're here, man.
Yeah,
this is
you're
an
like,
awesome way to start.
You guys rock.
It's time to be the example. Instead of waiting and wishing and hoping that someone's going to come into your business that, you deserve, that, why can't I find that person? Just go be that person you're looking to find. Go be that person first. And that person you're looking to find will be attracted to your energy, your movement, your action, your income, your lifestyle, where you're going, what you talk about. And that's how you start to really build these things.
You have to get to that point where you make a decision you are not going to be denied, and you're not going to do the game plan, which is, okay, what do I need to do? You're going to do what's required. And that means anything.
Yes, indeed, 2020 has had its dark moments, but through it all, you, the Get Big or Go Home movement, overcame, produced, and led your companies to record heights. And trust me, we're just getting started because we are an SNSD factory.
Oh my gosh. I think that I might be close to speechless. Not
That was
quite.
awesome.
That was incredible. And you guys were there every single step of the way, especially those of you who have stuck to the very end of tonight.
Yep.
Well done, well done. So I've loved every single minute of our time. Like, we didn't know when we went to the meeting in March that you and I would be standing here next to each other doing this for the next 10 months. But it's been a ton of fun. It's proven that we can do things we did not know we could do,
Yep.
all of us, Trish included. By the way, I'd like to say, I know you can't see Trish, but happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
So
You can slide into the shot
she
here,
can slide,
Trish.
roll in.
Oh, well, let's see. I got numbers.
She's coming up anyways to do the rally. Don't forget Andy's systems out at getbigorgohome.com. We've got a great show for next week, I promise. And go to register, right?
Yep,
Getbigorgohome.com for the January event. It's free. Go do it right now. I think there's one more graphic, Matt. Yep, there it is. All right, the minute y'all been hanging out for.
Oh my goodness gracious. All I gotta say, 2 huge overachievers tonight. Belda reported in with 120 people. She had 158 verified. Walter reported in with 125. He had 165 report in. Just a little teeny tiny.
Where's the belt?
Get the belt. Get the belt. I'm
Get the belt.
doing the applause.
Oh
my goodness gracious. And we had we had 73
very
RVPs
nice.
report
Very
in
nice.
tonight. So
Don't
was
poke the bear.
huge.
Don't
It's
poke the
just-
bear.
it's huge.
Walter, are you there? Whoa, hold on, you're coming
Yes,
out.
I am.
There he.
Don't poke the bear.
I told her not to poke the bear.
Belda's
Good
still
job,
on.
though. Good job, team. Good job, Team Liberators. Great job.
Yeah. Good job, everybody. It's like some friendly
All right,
competition.
so now it's tied.
No.
11 and 11.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
So
Next week counts.
Yeah.
We're leading into the 4th, right? All of these Tuesdays are just practice for the big events. We're doing the super rally, so it's really going to matter that you can get everybody on task, right?
Yep.
As Rob and I are learning, it's not the easiest thing to get everybody to do the game, right? To play the game, to do the text, do all that stuff. Take a tip from Wes, practice it in your training.
Yep.
People do that to make sure that they can get everybody moving in the right direction. We love you all. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for participating all year. It's been a ton of fun. We will see you on the 29th. Have a good night.
You know, 2020 started out, well, pretty normal. I mean, the SNSD factory was kicking ass as usual, creating the greatest environment in North America to help build your business. I mean, look at this. Then it came, the Rona. And while so much of the business world went into a tailspin, Primerica just turned the dial to 11.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder? Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
Then, oh no, now what are we gonna do? We can't have our meetings anymore. What will we do? Girl, are you kidding me? Have you ever met Andy Young or Robin Darla? I mean, hold my beer.
It's just an honor to be with great field leaders like all of you and your teams. We've got record attendance at this event right now. Just by plugging in, you've separated yourselves from the pack.
In a time where the rest of the world is completely chaotic, we not only are focused, but we go do what we have never done before.
What do you think God made you for? Who are you supposed to help? What kind of environment do you want to create?
I want to have freedom. I want to have my 3 kids have a better life. I can tell you it's worth it.
You can either go sit in the corner and suck your thumb and shrivel up, or you can choose to make a difference and do something great.
Take an assessment of your business right now. This is a time where you can put in the early hours, you can put in the late hours.
If you have that passion, if you have that love, the difference in winning and losing is this much. You're going to have to be the toughest son of a gun that's ever lived to survive.
We're doing something special. It's going to be a competition. We coming back to compete. Come on!
In order to be convincing, you've got to be convinced. You've got to talk to people about not just where you're at or where you used to be, you got to talk about where you're going, right? And the thing you got to ask yourself, if people came from where you came from, if people came from the same circumstance you came from the same situation, the same background, the same career, and they became successful, damn it, then you can become successful.
And because of the pioneers of A.O. Williams, and you're in that group, man, because of what you guys have done, we have this incredible thing today, this Primerica 2.0, as I call it, because it's a brand new Primerica. We have that, and I truly believe, as my wife always says, the best is yet to come. I truly believe that.
And if you capture the history of A.O. Williams and you try to copy that, it is just unbelievable what you can do.
Never in our history have I seen a market more ready. It's like the harvest is ready for the picking. It's time now to go after the harvest with a vengeance. It's time to bring more people into your company. I never operated my business in a defensive manner. I've always played offense. I want to get to my market as fast as I can because guess what? Somebody else will.
Go get new people. If you don't have money, go get new people.
All hands on deck, man.
People are breaking records. Now the bars are being set so high. We need to embrace multiplication. We need to embrace recruiting and finding districts so they can go RVP. You can change your life real quick, man. I'm so excited about what's going on right now.
It's just been an incredible time. I mean, it's shown you really where the potential is. And it's like the mediocre people that were doing 8 appointments, they're still doing 8 appointments. But here's what I noticed. The winners, what they've done is they said, oh my word, I could double and triple my activity. And through recruiting and building, I could double, triple, quadruple, or even 10x my team. So they've compressed the time frames and taken what they could do with Zoom and exploded it. Think about it. What do entrepreneurs do? They find a solution. What do employees do? They wait for the boss to tell them what to do.
Workers are working. Workers are working. You can do twice as many appointments. So you can do in 3 days what you did in 7. And so that's what's happening. The workers are working and the crybabies are crying.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
There's a lot of really, really good people, sharp people that have been successful, that have lost their stuff and want it back. Or they're getting ready to lose it and they don't want to lose it. Or they're saying, what am I going to do now? My business that I had doesn't work in this world. I need a new business. Well, our business works in this world.
Than the get big or go home environment that has challenged us to do great things. And I tell you, as a team, we understood that the number one focus, or one thing that we were going to focus on as we kicked off this decade of dominance, it was 1,000 recruits in the hierarchy. We knew if we went for a big goal, it would allow us to have the unlimited opportunity to have the manpower and expansion to do great things. Because one thing you gotta know back home, for those of you that are brand new, there are not enough hours in a day for you to become financially independent on your own. So you need a team, and you need a bigger team. And what's big? Bigger. So whatever you're thinking, think bigger.
If you join this business because you want to help people, because you're money motivated, because you've always wanted to build a business, I don't know why you joined the business, but I'll tell you this. Whatever you do and whatever you do it for, you better do it big. Abundance and wealth are your birthright. That's what you got to know. It's your birthright. So I need you to know it. I need you to accept it. I need you to see it. And I need you to seize it, because good is the enemy of great. You got to know what you want, and you got to be willing to pay the price to get it.
We've got everything in place. You are double dumb crazy an idiot if you don't go build distribution. I mean, if you have an opportunity to build 2, 3, 5, 10 offices or 100, why wouldn't you do it? If you have the choice to be Michael Jordan or Joe Montana or Rudy, why would you pick Rudy? It's not got nothing to do with size, talent. This business got nothing to do with that crap. It's persistence.
The more you ponder and the more you're in your head and all you do is sit around and think, people like me, people like Belda, people like Andrea, we're going to kick your ass because we're working. We ain't thinking about nothing. When your dreams are bigger than your fears, that's when you're going to win.
First timers, first recruit, first sale,
Yes.
first event, welcome.
Yes,
If this is your
this
first
is it.
event and you're here, man,
Yeah,
this is
you're
an
like-
awesome way to start.
You guys rock.
It's time to be the example. Instead of waiting and wishing and hoping that someone's going to come into your business that, you know, you deserve, that, you know, why can't I find that person? Just go be that person you're looking to find. Go be that person first. And that person you're looking to find will be attracted to your energy, your movement, your action, your income, your lifestyle, where you're going, what you talk about. And that's how you start to really build these things.
You have to get to that point where you make a decision you are not going to be denied, and you're not going to do the game plan, which is, okay, what do I need to do? You're going to do what's required. And that means anything.
Yes, indeed, 2020 has had its dark moments, but through it all, you, the Get Big or Go Home movement, overcame, produced, and led your companies to record heights. And trust me, we're just getting started because we are an SNSD factory. Ow!